There was a point in my life where I felt totally lost. I wasn't sure what I should be doing next. I wasn't exactly sure how I came to be in the situation that I was in. And worst of all, I wasn't sure when this feeling would end. Sometimes I knew what I should be doing next, but my motivation was so low that it just felt meaningless to try and change anything. If this sounds relatable to any of you watching, I must warn you that this is the beginning of a very dangerous mental trap. Having these rough moments is unfortunately a very common experience in nearly every life. But fortunately, there is an escape, and that is what I will be sharing today. The philosophy in particular that pulled me out of this deep hole was Stoicism. Initially, I was skeptical of Stoicism, thinking that it was unrealistic to claim that the mind alone can ensure happiness, regardless of circumstances. But upon further exploration into the philosophy, it actually became my favorite school of thought. Now, let's delve into the 7 Stoic steps to make your life a whole lot better. The first step, take back control. If you're feeling like you've lost control of what direction your life is headed, then it's probably because you have. Examine your habits and daily activities. Are you making conscious decisions, or are you a slave to your addictions? Are you the one who is deciding to do the things you do? Your mind needs to be in control of the body. So how exactly does one achieve that state of control? As Epictetus beautifully put it, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. You can't choose what life throws at you, so stop worrying about that. You also can't choose what other people will do to you, so don't worry about that either. Instead of focusing on these things, focus on what you can do with the time you have. All startings have to be small and consistent, so begin with a little exercise and time away from your addictions. When I say addictions, I'm not necessarily referring to just drugs. Whether it's too much screen time or substance abuse, start by finding one negative habit of yours that isn't making your life better in the long run. Then take small steps to removing it. This may seem slow and tedious, but these actions are the only ones that promise control over your life. Step 2. Set clear values. Now that you've gained some control over your mind, ensure that you never regress back to the place you began, and instead only go up. This step is short but crucial. Set principles and goals. Genuine goals, pursued with all your might, lead to achievements. Even failure, a vital part to growth, helps you become better. To summarize this step, create boundaries, create small goals. Pursue those goals wholeheartedly. Small victories lead to increased confidence and mental strength, which leads to larger successes over time. As Epictetus wisely noted, the most powerful thing in the universe is habit, for it makes everything else, including talent, pale in comparison. Go create some productive habits. Step 3. Focus on the present moment. By now you would be on the path to success, consistently building your life back up from rock bottom. The only thing that can derail you now is dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The present moment is the only moment available to us, and it is the door to all moments." The past is gone forever. Whatever mistakes we've made should not be thought of again once learned from. The future is uncertain. Worrying about it will not make it any less uncertain. Focus purely on what you can do in the present moment. Step 4. Embrace adversity. There is no worthy goal in life that comes without struggle. So for that reason, stop having a negative outlook on adversity, but rather embrace it as part of the process. If you wish to become great and successful, life will test your resolve. As Marcus Aurelius powerfully said, "The impediment to action advances the action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The path to success includes all the pain and tests of courage that you will experience. Challenges are opportunities to level up. The more challenges you face, the stronger and wiser you will become. Step 5. Build inner strength. Constantly challenge yourself, and this time, strive to accomplish that which you once perceived impossible. This is where all your resilience and perseverance will be made. If you ever find yourself in a state near giving up, remember this eye-opening quote from Marcus Aurelius. Ask yourself, why is this so unbearable? Why can't I endure it? You'll be embarrassed to answer. Remind yourself that inner strength is forged through difficulty. Stay focused on your goals. Step 6. Free yourself from desire. One thing I wish I learned earlier was that oftentimes we suffer because we wish for too much and don't appreciate what we already have. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't strive for more. What I mean to say is that don't lose yourself in a cycle of wanting, because the feeling of desire will always be prevalent, and that is what causes you to suffer. Once you achieve what you wanted, you start wanting something else. As Marcus Aurelius stated in his book, don't imagine having things that you don't have. Rather, pick the best of the things that you do have and think of how much you would want them if you didn't have them. Step 7. Learn the art of indifference. Much of our struggle comes from caring too much about things that don't matter. Little things like gossip or judgment begin to occupy our minds. Soon, that's all we begin to focus on. When I was depressed, I constantly judged others and events around me, projecting my negativity onto the world, making it a worse place. To combat this, you must learn the art of indifference. Let this passage from Meditations guide you. Learn to be indifferent to what makes no difference. Who cares what other people are doing or saying about you? Don't let small disruptions have a big hold on your life. Incorporate these 7 steps into your life and you'll notice changes almost immediately. The path to becoming a good human is difficult, but the freedom it brings is unparalleled. Don't be overwhelmed. Take it slowly and be patient with yourself. Your journey to a better life starts now.